children, another class, and today we will do another poem, and the title of the poem is The Shed, taken from your honeycomb book. Now before we start this very poem, there are few questions like, do you know what the shed is? Yes, the shed may be of a cow, a tool shed, a wood shed. So it is generally a small room which is away from the main house, and it is used for storing or keeping the things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. So here the poet in this particular poem is describing about a shed that is located at the bottom of his garden, and this very shed hardly anybody goes inside it. So let us see how the two brothers they have the conversation, and how the elder brother he is having fun with his younger one. So let us start with the first stanza. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and I listen. I will open that door one day. So the poet starts with the introduction that there is a shed which is at the bottom of his garden, and hardly anybody goes inside the shed. Therefore, the hinges or the door joints, where the joint of the doors are there, we call it hinges, they have become rusty, because if you don't use for a very long period of time, you may find rust is there. So it has become rusty, and it makes a lot of noise since no oiling had been done since so many days. So whenever the wind makes them move, so when the wind blows hard and the door tries to move, so it makes lot of noise. So when the poet is peacefully lying in his bed, he sometimes hears the noises which are coming from the shed. So the poet wishes to be able to open the door of the shed someday. So the poet's wish is that he should once visit that shed and go inside it and see what things are lying over there. So here you can see the picture of the shed has been given, and from the picture you can make it out it's a very old one, and no one has entered here since a long period of time. So you can see the broken walls, and even the doors are also in a very poor condition. Now we will go to stanza 2. There's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there's someone staring at me. Each time that I pass, I will peep through that window one day. Now there are few words here like cracked panes. Pans means the glass pans. You will find the windows having the glass pans, they are cracked. And I will peep means when you try to look inside through a hole or something. So these words you should see in the dictionary. Okay, so here the poem, in this stanza, the poet he discusses how he wishes to stare inside the shed. The shed has a dusty old window on its side. 3 glass panes of the window are broken. Whenever the poet passes through the shed, he gets a feeling as if someone was staring at him. So he is having that nature that he has some fear that someone is looking at him from inside the shed. To find out, the poet wishes to peep inside the shed. So that particular thing which makes him frightened that somebody is watching from him inside, he is trying to exactly know what is there inside. So he tries to look inside. Now, my brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards, and if I ever dare to set foot inside, he will jump out and chop off my head. But I will take a peek one day. Now, here the poet, that is Frank Flynn, he has discussed how his brother warns him about the ghost inside the shed. The poet's brother talks about the presence of the ghost inside the shed and warns the poet that if he went inside the shed, the ghost would chop off, means he will cut off his head. However, this does not frighten the poet. You can see how the elder brother generally they do with the younger ones. They try to frighten. Here also the same case is there. He still wished to one day step inside the shed and see for himself. So in spite of getting frightened, means his elder brother is trying to frighten him, he still maintains that guts inside, that courage inside to once visit that shed. Means he is slowly and slowly strengthening his determination to go inside the shed. I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web. Since I don't know when, I will go into that shed one day soon. So, here the poet seems to have grown enough to understand the truth. The poet is able to overcome his fears. Now you can see the lines that he says that there isn't really a ghost, means he is having the fear inside, but he is somehow trying to create that atmosphere, that trying to create that confidence within him that there is no ghost inside it. He is able to understand that there is no ghost, and he understands that there is actually nobody inside the shed who stares at him or who keeps looking at him continuously or makes those strange noises. The spider too, means he has a fear from the spider also, but he says the spider too is no longer there. So he is trying to convince himself from inside that now he is free from the fear, and nobody can stop him from getting inside the shed. So therefore, very soon the poet would be able to set in foot inside the shed. However, he says that this can't happen immediately. It will take time, but not just yet, means he still has to gather much courage. He is already gathering, but he needs to gather much courage, more courage, so that he could once visit the shed inside. And since his elder brother, he thinks that younger one, once he enters, maybe some secret he will able to know, or he will come to know what is there inside the shed, what his brother is doing. So maybe he is trying to frighten him so that he should never try in his life to enter. So this particular poem has been written by Frank Flynn. And so here we can see it's a very common homely type of poem where the two brothers are there, and the smaller one, we can see the younger one, he is little bit frightened out of these things like ghost. Maybe he is very much having a deep frightening for these things. So the elder brother, he tries to take the opportunity out of this, and he tries to frighten his younger brother. So your work is that you will read this poem very thoroughly and try to write down the word meanings, although I will be sending you also, but you also try to find out certain word meanings which appears for you like it is very new or tough, and you may learn that. So thank you children for listening, and you also enjoy reading this poem. Thank you.